Okay, well, another off-brand hot rod, we'll call it. So we got the Bobcat out, the tow strap, we towed it in. So this is a hot rod, which is more for Danny, I'm not gonna lie, but this is something that anybody can kind of have. It costs, I paid $2,400 Canadian for it, so I don't know what that works out to be American, but not a whole lot. This is a car that had a little bit of sentimental value to me. When I was really young, my cousin had one, and I got chauffeured around it a few times. It's clearly not my jam, it's clearly not something you'd ever see on this channel, but Danny digs it. It's got a giant lightning bolt on it, and it's a Buick. Huh? Huh? So this, I don't know much about these, so you can feel free to let me know in the comments. We're in like Studio B, we never film over here too, I'm all thrown off, standing on gravel. It's a 71 Opel GT. Now, I believe it was a German car, and General Motors owned Opel. It's been around forever. At that time, I don't know if they still do or not. And it came in as a Buick. So it's registered as a Buick Opel GT. Has the title of the whole deal. Now, I got this thing an hour and a half or so out of town. It was for sale for a while. The guy obviously wasn't selling it. It's the old out-of-town-itis. Nobody wants to drive out of town to get anything cool. And this came up, kind of showed a picture of Danny. I kind of wanted it, so we went out there and got it. Now this thing is in shockingly nice shape. It looks like, well, it was at one point, it was like an ugly, you can see it's been taken apart a little bit. It was this ugly, ugly color, like city service truck, yellow, orangey color. It wasn't automatic, which is kind of lame, but this is probably just owned by someone who had a plain Jane car. These things were never fast from the get. They have a real Corvette vibe. They came out in '68, which was the same year as the Stingray Corvette, with kind of the swoopy front end. So it's like a 3/4 Corvette. On the back, it has real Ferrari Dino, maybe? I'm not a real Ferrari guy, but kind of the rear end. It's just a cool little car. Not my jam. Danny's gonna love it. Now, when I got this thing, well, obviously I got it one owner too late. So I don't know where the guy I got it from, but he started taking it apart. This is the classic thing. So if you're looking for a car and you want to get a deal, unfortunately, you're probably going to buy it off the guy that you really should have bought instead of him. It has no motor or transmission in it, which isn't the end of the world. He was going to make a drift car out of this thing, which, cool, but we saved it. It's got the full interior. I'll see if I can get the hood pop here. You might have to pull on it just a little bit here. There we go, I got it. So it's kind of in pieces. It weighs nothing. Look at all the gauges are in it. Everything is there, the door panel's there. He took the carpet out and threw it away, unfortunately. That kind of kills it. There is no motor, no transmission. He was gonna put a 2JZ in it. So it's been slightly, stand right there maybe, it's been slightly modified, I guess to fit the bigger motor, which is pretty common. So I'm just gonna kind of fix that up, re-weld it back together. The subframe and all that's strong, there's no issues there. I don't know what was going on with all this stuff. There's so many weird things about this car, but again, if you're looking for a cheap hot rod to get into, you gotta go off-brand. This is off-brand. Now, the only thing that's rough about this, some parts are gonna be expensive. I was looking for like ball joints and stuff. They're like $60, $70, $80 if you can find them, stuff like that. Pretty simple car in a lot of ways though, so it should be okay. There's a couple of things in this situation to look at. It has this crazy, look at the brake. This is the brake rod. I guess I'm on the wrong side. So again, this is, when you start looking at off-year things, weird things, you gotta make sure you're getting a very complete car. So the brake pedal, obviously that's the brake box. This is the rod, pushes all the way ahead into the booster, and the master is up there. How weird is that? So, I don't know, it's a cool little car. The best part is the headlights. Okay, this is what sells you on an Opel GT. Ugh. It's got a big honking lever. Come on. So that's what honestly sold us on it. So, again, another off-brand hot rod for a couple $1,000s. Anybody can have. The interior is super complete, has door panels, all the gauges are in it. Everything is there. It's just sans motor transmission. and they cut up the core support a little bit, has the original radiator. There's a little bit of screwing around to do. So the plan with this is it's going to sit out back, and slowly but surely I want to work on the under hood, get the core support back in, and we'll paint that all black, but everything's out now, because this is like, that's the original color, which is kind of ugly. But someone color changed it, did a DD Speed Shop job on it at some point, and we'll just polish it up, be done with it. Now the question is, so that's, there you go, another off-brand hot rod, they're out there. But here's a question for you guys, if there's any Opel GT aficionados out there, what the hell are we putting in it for a motor? So the factory stuff had, I think it had like 90 horsepower, which is boring, and this is an automatic, boring. We want it to be a stick, Danny has to learn. So the obvious is Miata, which maybe, I don't know much about Miatas, we'll have to do a little look around and see what's out there. Other guys on the internet were saying 2.3 liter Fords, so out of the like the turbo coupe or the like the Fox Buddy Mustangs, the turbo jobs, that'd be pretty cool. Those have like 200 horsepower. So immediately doubling the horsepower on this, I think would really change it up. Now, I'm sure someone in the comments can say small block Chevy, LS, it, all those things. People do that, but come on, it's for my old lady, she's gonna drive it. It's going to be more of a stock kind of hot rod with a little bit more pep to it. The second you start putting that kind of horsepower in something, we're already going to double it if we put a Miata motor in it. I think you probably got to start bracing it and doing all sorts of structural stuff, which I don't want to do. It's just a cool car the way it is. It's very original. It's got a little blitz. The fuel tank and all that. So there's no trunk in this thing. That's a bit of a weirdo thing. But this, like the fuel cap, it's got to weigh 5 pounds. It's unbelievable. So, I don't know, it's neat, it's complete. I don't know what we're gonna do with it exactly other than, you know, get it together and drive it. So, if you guys have any suggestions of motors that'd be cheap and easy, I'd like to find something to make my life a lot easier. And, yeah, I don't know. We got a lot of projects on the go. I know a lot of people are saying finish one thing and this and that, and I hear you. But you know what, it's the summer of Dan, and I'm just gonna have fun. Work in the garage, work in the yard, do kind of fun little jobs. We have a lot of winter here. There's gonna be lots of time to finish the Nomad, work on the Camaros, do whatever the heck we gotta do. But this is a fun, easy project that for not a whole lot more money, we can have going. So we'll mechanically go through it, check the brakes, check the ball joints, check the front end, go through all that. It may be tricky, again, off-brand stuff. You gotta make sure you get them complete, and you gotta make sure you know what you're getting into, because the suspension, the ball joints, all that stuff, it's going to be a little tricky to find. It's probably going to be off, you know, forums and stuff like that. So we're going to have to make sure we get all those things taken care of. There's all sorts of groups and whatnot you can look at, which we're going to have to do, Opel groups and all that. So I think we'll take it apart, we'll do the metal work, we'll get that taken care of, we'll inspect it, we'll see what it needs, get the order process going to get some stuff in here. On a typical Chevy, like this fine Biscayne behind me, I just shotgun ordered a order from Rock Auto for $500 and replaced the whole front end just cause. In this, if the ball joint's good, we're probably leaving it, because I'm not spending $100 on a ball joint if I don't absolutely need it. So there you go. Let me know what you guys think. It's definitely off-brand. It's definitely off our brand for the channel, but Danny likes it. I think it's a cool little car, a little 3/4 Corvette. You can't go wrong. So there you go. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Motors. That's where I need the help, because I don't know what we're doing for a drive line in this thing. And Danny's behind the camera right now, chomping at the bit. She wants to drive this thing already. So it was the old, I bought another car. Oh, I brought it home. She's like, I love it. Can I drive it tomorrow? So we'll have to figure it out. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.